State's top law enforcer is criticizing a Columbus City school's principal.
So last month, officers were called to Ridgeview Middle School to investigate a threat. Columbus police body camera video shows the officers being told once inside they can't go any further.
This is ridiculous. We are here in official capacity.
Officers were called to investigate a threat made by a student at Ridgeview Middle School on March 17th. The secretary, whose name we are not reporting, stops Officer Keith Connor in the front office.
Citizens report.
Salute and welcome to Goodbread class, guys. How y'all feeling? Salute to my kings, salute to my sisters with sense. Now today we got another weird one, guys. I ain't even gonna hold you. Now today's video come from Crime and All, and if you want to watch it without my commentary, you can go on over there to that channel and watch it in its entirety without the educated truth. All right, guys, but for those of you that know what we do over here, let's get busy. It's brutally honest time, and keep in mind, them churches and them schools, they think they God. Them churches and them schools play a big part in the manipulation and the programming of the people.
I'm here on official police business.
I get that. I just radio for the Social Security. Just have to wait for him to come in here to fix you up. Okay. Thank you.
Well,
I'm just saying that I'm just going by the rules that I've been instructed. This radio,
I thought
to get you.
Has your teachers union and the lawyers spoke with you? Huh? Have they spoke with you?
No.
We're here on official police business.
I get that. The Social Security is on their way to come and get you.
Okay, we have authority over safety and security. Do you understand that?
Well,
We're Columbus police.
I have authority over my principal. You do not know my principal to me.
Ma'am, you don't got authority over shit. You want authority and you don't. You don't have no authority over the police. Common sense, yo.
So she tells me for you guys to wait. You're not the first one to go through this. And I'm not trying to be combative, but he told me to let you know, let him know when you got here. He's going to let you know. And I just radioed him. He's coming to get you. Okay?
Okay, well.
I'm just telling you what I go through.
Okay, but did the union and the lawyers speak with, did they speak with you?
No.
They have not.
And I'm not in the teachers union, so no, they wouldn't speak with me.
Okay, well, when we're here on official police business, we are over safety and security.
I will talk to legal about that in just a second. I will email them and ask them.
I will call. This is ridiculous. We are here in official capacity.
But you're not the only one. So I'm just going by what I know that I've been told by my principal.
So if a teacher's being beat up, I have to ask you to let me through the door. Is that what you're saying?
No, I need Mr. Howell in my office ASAP, please.
Exactly. And this is why you got to go do the research and find out these things on your own. Find out the truth for your own. Don't go repeating what you hear another dummy say, because now you just going to sound just as dumb as them. How does that work, ma'am? If it's an emergency at the school, they got to stop and ask you. So how about you go fix the emergency, ma'am? If they got to answer to you, why don't you go fix the emergency?
So if a teacher's getting beat up, I have to go through you to get to that teacher. That's what you're saying. So yeah,
I'm just telling you what I was told.
So if they have an emergency here, she has to decide if it's a big enough emergency.
Let them know what they need to do. Are you taking them out that way? Are you taking them out? What's going on?
I'll put them in the conference room for right now.
Thank you, please.
I was trying to explain to her that the Columbus police she said we have to wait for safety and security. Columbus police are over safety and security. If there's an emergency here, I don't need to explain to her, I need to get in here and get in here now instead of go through this. What?
Not according to the district rules that they give us.
Now,
There's an active shooter. We have to
so,
sit here and wait.
yeah, so if you have a shooting, she's going to sit here and determine to let us in. That's not acceptable.
They go back and forth for about 4 minutes. Then school principal Natalie James enters.
Hey guys, I was in a meeting, so I know Mr. Howe, come on back over here.
Oh Lord, black lady principal. So you know she got a bunch of wrong information. Gonna have a bunch of wrong information, and they be sassy and wrong, boy. You see the secretary, right? She's stubborn too. She know that the information she got ain't right. You can't possibly believe that shit that you saying out your mouth, ma'am. But you give these people some authority, and they do too much, do way too much.
Here, please. The door, please.
So what I'm going to do is get back a hold again with the teachers union. I'm going to get a hold of legal
What
because
does the teachers union have to do with this?
it seems like they're some of the only people that have pull. If we have an emergency at the school, I should not have I should not have to explain to this woman why I'm here. I don't come here for party time. I come here on official police business. This is a game we've been playing for years. This is a game we no longer want to play with you. You should be welcoming us. You called us.
But
If you don't want me here, and if you want me to beg you to get through that door, don't call me now.
okay, well, I'm not really sure all that happened, but
It's all on recorded on bodycam.
Well, but I just came over here because I heard some noise going on. I heard my secretary having to argue or whatever was going on. What I do know is, and I want to make sure this is on camera too, we felt a lot of disrespect by some of the members of the Columbus Police Department, including yourself, sir.
The officer says he shouldn't have to beg to get inside. The principal says this doesn't warrant an immediate response.
So we definitely did call you today.
How did we disrespect you?
Oh, at one point in time, one of your colleagues, and just even your demeanor right now, your demeanor is off. So we did call you
Because I'm not into playing games.
I'm not into playing games either, sir. So I'm not either, but we are going to follow the district protocols and so forth and so on. Today you were called because a scholar made this threat, which he said he was just playing. So Mr. Howe contacted you, and so now you are here. Miss Nash was doing her job. I don't know if she knew you were coming or not. I don't know what transpired. I did.
Okay, if she knows we're coming here for a reason, I should not have to beg and plead.
No, don't argue. Don't argue.
So Mr. Howe asked me, he said, when CPD is here, let me know. And as soon as I saw them on the camera, I called for him and said, your guests have arrived. If there was a situation would have been warranted that it was immediate or whatever, I would have been told because I'm the first point of contact. But that wasn't the case. The case was, when they get here, let me know. And that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get combative because, I need to go through, blah, blah, blah. That type of situation.
Well, then the other caveat too that we've been told from our district is that the police can't just go all over the building and do whatever you want to do. That has been established too. Now, if it was an active shooter, that's something totally different, but that's not what's going on right now. But there are rules and protocols.
So if a teacher's being assaulted.
So if a teacher's being assaulted, so there was a breakdown on that too, which Mr. Howell and I discussed as well. But the assault had already taken place. But nonetheless, the teachers called. So they were the ones who made the phone call. And then they had already given information over the phone as to the scholar. Now, it gets back to me that allegedly I stopped information or whatever. Yes. That's not true, sir. You and I only talked once. Mm-hmm. When I came
you said I will not provide that student's information.
You asked me, was he going to be suspended? Mm-hmm. I said, I cannot share that information with you, and walked away. Mm-hmm. That was the only conversation you and I had on that day.
In the last 2 years, I know you have refused to provide student
information. The district protocol.
But that's not your protocol. Now, are you to give me that student's information now?
It depends on what the situation is.
Are you to get it's in an assault?
It depends on what the situation
is.
If
those teachers
not for me, the teachers are to give that. They were the ones who called.
You are the principal.
No, that's not how it works. They were the ones who called. You had the conversation with them. So they were to give you, they were the ones
pressing the charges or the assault charges or whatever the case might be. That was not Natalie James or Ridgeview Middle School. They had that conversation with you. So that was over there. You and I only talked briefly when I stepped out of my office. So
you've constantly said refused information. Are you denying that?
I follow district protocol.
Okay,
And the only reason, and to be honest, I do not feel comfortable even interacting with you right now. The only reason why I came out because there was something going on in the office and I stepped over here.
Okay, I will get with the attorneys.
There's some arguing going on over here with my secretary. We have safety and security for a reason. I personally do not feel comfortable even speaking with you, to be quite honest, because of the way that, because I believe that you do not even have my safety in mind. So I'm just being very.
Yo, this is unbelievable, bro. This is unfreaking believable, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if you just as in awe as I am, bro. Throw a 1 in the chat. I can't believe this right here. Police, just leave. Just leave. They got it. Let them hold it down. POP, let them hold it down.
Very clear.
Okay, and as an administrator, can I give you my feeling? You, for some reason, you don't like the police, and you want to make things so difficult for us that we don't want to come to your school. And listen, I listened to you, did I not?
You did.
You are, and I don't know what in your life happened that you hate us so much that you don't want to cooperate. But the Teachers Union, and I've talked with them,
I'm gonna pause you because it's not going to be back and forth. I don't have any hate towards the police or anything like that. There are some who come in over to Ridgeview who are just fine, but all of this and escalatedness and so forth and so on, I do not feel safe. I don't feel comfortable, but because I'm the building principal, and I heard what was going on,
safe right
and
now.
I came on.
You don't feel safe right now.
I do not.
Okay, well then why don't you go back to your office and hide in safety?
So, Mr. Howe, did you provide him with the information?
I'm going to walk out and give it to you.
Okay.
I can only give you.
Yeah, just give me the top half, and that's fine. I need name, date of birth, and his contact information.
And then, like I said,
And that's what we have not been provided in the past. So that's actually a benefit for us today.
Because we were the ones who called the school. We called from our end.
Well, you haven't been willing to do that before. So now there has been some changes. There has been some changes. And you've been forced to give us some information that we've needed. You never have. This is a first for you. I'm impressed.
May I have your badge, sir?
And we can play this tape for the union and who else ever wants to see it at the school board. So I appreciate your time. Yeah. Larry's got to tear it off. He can't give me the bottom information.
No, that takes too much time.
Do you want to write that down for us, ma'am? As the principal, you're the highest person. Why don't you give it to her and write it down for
I
her,
will
please?
walk out with you and write it to you.
Are we doing anything with this?
No, the students already been, so I would check this, I checked the lots, I checked.
What's concerning is she kept stating our protocol says you cannot come in. That is not their protocol.
The Fraternal Order of Police now sending this letter to city schools officials and the Education Association, requesting a meeting to get answers about district protocols and talk about what happened. The union accusing the principal in the video of showing bias and disdain for law enforcement.
I was immediately appalled by the principal, who should be held by a higher standard as an executive level administration, how her behavior toward the officers I represent.
In the video, you can hear James say she does not have any hate towards police. She's just following protocol.
If it was an active shooter, that's something totally different, but that's not what's going on right now.
We reached out to Columbus City Schools to get details about those protocols the principal was talking about to officers. Columbus City Schools responded in a statement. They did not provide information about the protocols, but tell us it has an ongoing collaboration with CPD to ensure school safety, and telling us the school superintendent and police chief both have viewed the video and will discuss it together with their leadership teams. The incident also being investigated by the city's inspector general and CCS employee relations.
At the end of the day, that's all this is about, is the student safety.
Attorney General Dave Yost made a post on X saying, quote, "No principal in Ohio has the right to keep responding police out of a school building." Before officers arrived, the school did find the threat to be not credible.
Brian Steele, president of the Capital City Fraternal Order of Police Lodge No. 9, told the Post in an interview that James has implicit bias and disdain for law enforcement.
And I saw that, and we saw that, and thank God for these body cams. And what's up with these black women with the last name James? We got the Letitia James chick, now we got the Natalie James chick. Yeah, I don't know, man. What's up with you, James, yo?
And a history of interfering with police business. This has been going on for years with this one principal, who has an ongoing pattern of hindering law enforcement, Steele said, citing upwards of a dozen incidents between James and Columbus police officers. Steele says he's been fielding calls from Ridgeview parents outraged over James's behavior. James DiOrio is the parent of a 6th grade son at Ridgeview Middle School. He called James's interaction with the cops shameful, but wasn't surprised at what he saw. "She shows no respect to anyone," DiOrio told the Post. "The principal at that school is pretty much a czar. She makes her own rules, and her opinion is the only one that counts." Officer Keith Connor, who responded to the March 17th incident at Ridgeview, expressed a similar sentiment after leaving the school that day. "She is absolutely the most uncooperative person that I've ever dealt with in a school system," Connor is heard saying on the body cam footage. That followed a nearly 10-minute argument with James and the secretary, in which both insisted that school protocol precluded the officers from entering without the school security officer. "What we've been told by the district is that the police can't just go all over the building and do whatever you want to do," James told the 2 officers on the scene, before adding that she felt threatened by them. "I don't have any hate toward the police, but all of this escalatedness and so forth and so on. I do not feel safe, I don't feel comfortable," she said. Officer Connor repeatedly explained that law enforcement has authority over school safety and security officials and shouldn't have to wait for permission to respond to an emergency. "For some reason, you don't like the police, and you want to make things so difficult for us that we don't want to come to your school," Connor said to James in the recording. "I don't know what in your life happened that you hate us so much that you don't want to cooperate." Ultimately, the 2 officers left the school without making contact with the student responsible for the hoax. The incident is currently under investigation with the City of Columbus Department of the Inspector General, which declined to comment on the matter, which is under active review. Steele says he reached out to Columbus City Schools Superintendent Angela Chapman to clarify the district's protocol regarding police officers conducting official business on school premises, and she assured him she is looking into the issue. "What she did was illegal. You can't make a policy that trumps state and local law," Steele told the Post. "That's not how that works." Columbus City Schools spokesman Mike DeFabo told the Post that Dr. Chapman and Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant both reviewed and discussed the footage and will have a meeting with both of their leadership teams to reinforce commitments and expectations. "I made it clear to the chief of police that any action to discipline Connor will not be tolerated," Steele said. "Our officer did nothing wrong." In conclusion, no formal charges resulted from the incident. However, the news coverage of this viral incident has brought awareness about the potentially dangerous disconnect between school admin and law enforcement. In conclusion, no formal charges resulted from the incident. However, the news coverage of this viral incident has brought awareness about the potential dangers when school administrators get in the way of law enforcement and hinder them from conducting their official duties. The bomb threat ended up being a non-event, but there is always a next time. For the principal of a school to feel unsafe around police, this sends a very confusing message to children that are just trying to make sense of the world around them.
Absolutely. And guys, before we get on out of here, this was your modern day independent Isabel, the evil PhD. This was your yellow section, guys. The most ignorant and the most arrogant women in our environment. All right, guys. Now, y'all wrap up, strap up, drink responsibly. Do not play with your life. I see you guys tomorrow.